Hello and welcome to our Year with the Ears, our daily vlog where we relive our year living in the Walt Disney World Resorts in 2019. Today is day 224.
I got up early here at the Grand Floridian and went down to the club level lounge to grab a quick breakfast. I didn't even take any pictures or video or anything because I'm trying to get over to Disney Springs. This morning is the grand opening of the new NBA experience and I wanted to be there for the ceremony, and I also had to go and get mail from the UPS store, and it's right by Disney Springs, so if I Uber from Disney Springs it's a little cheaper than Ubering from the Grand Floridian. I looked at the bus times in the app and headed over towards the bus stop to catch the bus, but as I was getting closer the bus time moved up by 5 minutes and it was there now, which means I'm not gonna make the bus. So I got over there to the bus stop. Sure enough, the bus was already gone. It was gonna be 20 minutes until the next bus, so I went ahead and just called an Uber from here over to Disney Springs anyway. When I got there, it was completely packed in the area around the NBA experience. I actually had to go like the long way around to come around to the other side because there were just people everywhere and nothing had started yet. There was a DJ up there playing some music and trying to get everybody excited, but nothing had really happened as far as the ceremony goes. But there were a ton of people out there who had been given a bunch of free stuff. There were towels being given out and little frisbees that everyone was actually using as fans because it is super hot out here this morning. And about 9:30, they kicked everything off. They had a huge dance crew come out there and do this choreographed number with Mickey and Minnie wearing their basketball uniforms. It was really cool to see them dancing, and of course Mickey and Minnie were super cute up there dancing around with them. I realized as they were up there dancing that just a few people ahead of me off to the side was Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney, and Adam Silver, the commissioner of the NBA, just kind of standing just a few people away, which is the closest I've ever been to them. I've never actually seen Bob Iger in real life, so that was kind of cool. And then of course they went up on stage and did the whole opening ceremony and talked about the partnership with Disney and the NBA and all that good stuff. After the ceremony was over, I started walking away from the crowd, just kind of walked through Disney Springs and decided to go ahead and get that Uber over to our mailbox. I had to pick up a couple things for our conference coming up. I had to finalize some stuff, so I grabbed the mail, got another Uber, and took it back over to the Grand Floridian to meet back up with Alyssa.
And while Robert was running around everywhere today, I was having a very peaceful, relaxing morning. I got up, got ready for the day, went down to the lounge, had breakfast, went back to the room, and waited until the official opening of the NBA experience before hitting the send button on our email, because we did get to go to the NBA experience beforehand. We were not allowed to show any pictures or video of it until the grand opening. So as soon as that ceremony was over, I was ready and waiting. I hit the send button and posted on social media as well about our experience going to the NBA experience. I also called my mom because today is her birthday, so we talked for a little while. Like I said, it was just a very enjoyable morning, and Robert's running around like a crazy person. He's out in the heat, and I'm just like, it's been such a nice day.
Yeah, I was sweating a lot. It's August in Florida and it gets very hot very early, so I was very happy to get back to Grand Floridian and go to the club level lounge where they have lots of different snacks and treats and of course drinks. The lunchtime snacks that they had today were all the same as yesterday except for that soup. They didn't have corn chowder this time. They had chicken noodle soup. Apparently they have a soup every single day, and everything else was just the same. So we had some snacks there in the lounge and some drinks to kind of cool off, and Alyssa was still enjoying her nice and relaxing morning, and I was like, okay, well, you've had a relaxing morning. I need to like do something relaxing because I was in a throng of people watching this big opening for the NBA experience, all hot and sweaty. We should do something and just go maybe explore the resort or something, just kind of wander around inside, not outside, and see what's going on here at the Grand Floridian.
And there is a lot happening at the Grand Floridian. We headed over to see how the progress was doing for that pathway going from the Grand Floridian to Magic Kingdom. They're making a lot of headway on that. We cannot wait to see what that's like. And then we headed to the main building where they're still working on the new Beauty and the Beast lounge, which the pictures look gorgeous. They've been working round the clock on this. When we got there, they actually weren't doing as much loud work as they have been. There have been several times we've been here, we just hear them like clamoring away. But today it was a lot quieter. They're still working. We could hear them in there, but it wasn't as loud as it's been in the past. We walked into the store just to see if there was anything new that they're selling in there. And then I noticed that there was a photopass location here in the Grand Floridian. I was like, I have never noticed this before. So I walked over and started talking to the cast member, and he goes, actually, it is kind of new. It's here for the new Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique across the way over there. They put it there so that any little kids who go in there can immediately walk over and take some pictures before, you know, they eat a Mickey bar or go outside and start sweating. I was like, that is really smart. There was nobody up there, so I asked him, like, is this for anyone to take pictures, or is it just for the people that go to Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique? He goes, no, anyone's allowed to take pictures. And we're like, okay, may we take pictures? So we headed over and basically got a lot of what could be referred to as 90s prom photos, is really what they look like. And this poor guy, he was so sweet and tried to take these cute pictures, and then he goes, look at each other. And then we made this face, and I don't think he knew what to do with us, and so we just started laughing. But he did great. He did get the laughing photo as well, which I appreciated. And then he goes, would you like a magic shot? Like, you can do magic shots in here? Yes, definitely. So we got a magic shot with Tinkerbell as well. This was just a really fun experience. We enjoyed talking to him, and I think he enjoyed talking to us because I think he's been up here by himself for pretty much all day. And then because we're still exploring, we walked over and asked if we could go inside Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. When we got there, there was no one else there, so we thought maybe it'd be okay to take pictures. They said, absolutely, we're happy to let people take pictures. So we took some photos around, we talked to the cast members there. They were so sweet, and then they're like, would you like to get pixie dusted? Yes, I would. If it involves sparkles, I would like to be pixie dusted. So Robert took the video for me while they pixie dusted and granted all of my wishes.
Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo, may all your princess wishes and dreams forever and always come true. Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. There you go. I feel very pixie dusted. You feel very pixie dusted? Yeah, I look pixie dusted.
You look pixie dusted.
You should be able to see it in the mirror. Kind of like tilt your head a little bit. It's biodegradable.
This was so much fun, and we really just enjoyed getting to talk to cast members all over Grand Floridian. That's one of the things we love about being in the resorts all the time, is all the cast members we get to meet. They tell us fun facts, fun information, and we just get to know more about them. While we were here, they asked if we knew about the special spirit jersey that they have, and we're like, do you have one for little kids? Like,
Yeah,
I hadn't really heard of
It's
that.
only for kids at the boutique.
And they're like, no, we have an adult one. I'm like, oh, I didn't see it out here being sold. And they're like, oh, it's kind of one of those things we don't really talk about. It's just, if you know, you know. I was like, okay, what does it look like? This is the prettiest spirit jersey, and one that I absolutely love, but I actually wasn't allowed to buy it because you can only purchase it if you're a parent of a child who goes to Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. And I was like, well, that definitely eliminates me because I don't have that option. But it is such a pretty spirit jersey. I was like, okay, now I know, so I can tell other people about it, and at least then they can purchase it.
We finished kind of exploring around the main building of Grand Floridian and headed back over to the club level lounge because it was getting close to dinner time. We were really excited to see what dinner was like tonight. It was pretty much the same as last night. They had changed out some of the salads. They didn't have the strawberry soup, sadly. And they had steak skewers tonight instead of chicken, and they had sausage stuffed mushrooms instead of the beef. A little bit different on the entrees. I wasn't a fan of the mushroom. I'm not a huge mushroom fan anyway. The steak was better than the chicken though. I really liked it with the chimichurri they had on top. I was pretty happy with that.
Dinner was really good, and of course we stuck around afterwards for dessert. Now that we know they have such a wide variety for desserts, we definitely want to be here to see what they have. They once again had a variety of tarts and cakes, cookies, but they changed them up. So there was carrot cake tonight, there was a raspberry tart, a variety of things once again, but they just kind of changed what the offerings were.
But one thing they had in particular stood out. It was something they didn't have a lot of. They were bringing out small amounts of them at a time, and they were cream puffs, but they weren't your typical cream puffs. They were actually shaped like swans. The pastry chef had made these ridiculously detailed swan-shaped cream puffs. I have no idea how they made these or why they would make these for club level like so many people, but it was really pretty and definitely the most fancy dessert we've seen here by far.
They definitely wanted to let us know that we were staying at Grand Floridian because we have not seen a dessert this fancy in any of the other club lounges we've been in, but they were beautiful, and I have to say, they also tasted good, so it's a win-win on both sides.
After dessert, we headed back up to our room, and that was the end of our day today, so we'll see you tomorrow
For our Year with the Ears.